Welcome, everybody, to Great Crossing High School, night one of the 26th Toyota Classic. We've missed the tournament for almost 2 calendar years now. We did not have last year's edition. It was scheduled for this new December date. Of course, fell victim to COVID. The season started in January, and it went by the boards last year. But we are back here in December of 2021. It is the first one not to be held in January. The tradition was always to have it about 3 weeks before the district tournament, kind of get you ready for that atmosphere. But these big open invitational tournaments tend to be in December now across the state. Everybody seems to have one, whether it's on a Saturday or a weekend. But this is certainly unique in that it covers 4 days, beginning with tonight in a girls round robin event. And it's a big one. It's the 41st district between Great Crossing and Franklin County. The last 2 years, these two teams have met in the 41st district final. They are expected to do so again. Franklin County has never lost to Great Crossing. We will see if that changes tonight. The Warhawks have played them tough at times and hung in there with them, only to fall shy at the end of some games. But the more experience they gather in these types of environments, the better they feel about it. Franklin County, there are no surprises. They like to play strong half-court basketball, inside out, kick it out for threes. They are a different team now without Miss Brooklyn Miles, who is starting at the University of Tennessee. She was a mainstay of that backcourt for at least 4 years. It might have been 5. Now it has become a much more front court-oriented team. Patience Laster has scored upwards of 1,500 points in her career, and she is going to be the target inside for the Flyers as they try to take down the Warhawks, who are 1-1 on the season. They have a forfeit victory in the district over Frankfort Christian. They also lost a close one at Dunbar on opening night. The Warhawks trying to win their first on the court this season. Franklin County comes in at 3-0, 3 hard-fought victories over some good competition. I was looking at their schedule. Let's take a peek and get the specifics. They defeated Louisville Central, 58-47. And then they went to Owensboro Catholic for a tournament last weekend. Defeated Webster County, 55-32, and a 1-point victory over Meade County, 52-51. So the Flyers ready to rock here as they come in to face the Warhawks, who are led by Timothy Williams. She is a fifth-year senior. She has been here for all 3 years. Most of this starting lineup has been intact for all 3 years of Warhawk history. You've got Reagan Barrett, Ava Skierman, Rachel Smith, a dangerous shooter from outside, and the new face in the lineup, but she's been basically the 6th or 7th person off the bench her whole career, is Olivia Tierney. Chapel Brown also expected to play a big role as a freshman. So the Warhawks have plenty of experience under Coach Glenn Wilson, and they are looking forward to putting that to work against another tough schedule, and this will be typified by this weekend. They will play Scott County right again tomorrow night. We'll have that one over at Scott County, and then back here Saturday against Simon Kenton. So it doesn't get any easier this weekend for any of these girls teams. Of course, there are 8 boys teams. They will start play tonight with West Jessamine going up against South Laurel. And then tomorrow there will be 3 games. Each of the local teams will play on its home court at 7:30. 7 o'clock actually here, I believe. And then there'll be another matchup. The field this year looks like 3 Lexington teams, 3 teams from around the state, and then, of course, Great Crossing and Scott County, if all goes well. Of course, the home teams would love to meet in the final and have a Battle of the Birds at 5:30 on Saturday. It's possible. Great Crossing off to an impressive 3-0 start. Scott County at 1-2. They played a tough Greenwood team in a neutral court game on Saturday. Came back after falling in a big early deficit and lost by 12, and then lost by 3 at home to Harrison County last night. A little bit of a trap game coming in, too. the Toyota Classic. I am Cal Oakes. I'll be joined eventually here by Mark Walls, I believe, tonight, but I'll carry you for the first part of this broadcast. And we'll be with you pretty much through this whole tournament. You can catch all the games on NFHS Network. On Thursday, of course, tomorrow at 6, we've got the girls' game, Battle of the Birds, Great Crossing and Scott County. Friday is TBA. We're going to see what shakes up, how it shakes out after the quarterfinal games on the boys' side, but we will definitely be back with the championship 5:30 right here at Great Crossing on Saturday. Of course, we encourage you to be part of the live action here. Tickets on sale. Be part of the silent auction, which goes to raise money for all athletic programs in the county. Hope you can be part of this special event. The 26th, we'll call it annual since we had one in 2020. It was just very early in 2020. In January, this is now the permanent date here in December. It's early for a district showdown, but we've seen some, certainly in the 11th region, that's not uncommon. I've seen some boys teams play 2 or 3 district games already in the 42nd district. So here in the 41st, the 2 favorites going at it right off the jump. Of course, you've got Frankfort Western Hills in there and Frankfort Christian trying to get its girls program off the ground as well. About a minute to go until anthem and introductions. We thank you for joining us. Tonight's player of the game will be sponsored by Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich. Time winding down. We'll get to the starting lineups. We've kind of hinted at the Great Crossing starting lineup. It will be Smith, Williams, Skierman, Barrett, and Tierney. For Coach Glenn Wilson in his 3rd season, of course, 20 years on the bench with the Heltons over at Scott County. Coach Joey Thacker for Franklin County, one of the best in the biz, and he brings another good team in here at 3-0. We'll get to the Flyers starting lineup after your national anthem, which I believe is moments away.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand. Remove your hats as we play our national anthem.
A few starts and stops there, but we are back with you. I'm Cal Oakes here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Brett Smith here directing, DT Wells overseeing the tournament in his capacity.
The Lady Flyers entered tonight's game with a record of 3 wins and no losses, while the Warhawks
We mentioned Patience Laster. She's 5'10", a senior. She plays big in the middle along with Javen Mead, who's listed at 6'4", a junior. So she is even taller and stronger than last year. Nevaeh Carter is a veteran. She is a 5'5" senior. They're having all kinds of technical difficulties here tonight. Cameron Ridrikoff, a 5'7" freshman. And Jasmine Chambers, she's a 6-foot wing, a junior. And she has been in some battles as well. So the Flyers, we mentioned their one major missing piece, but they've got a lot back, and they're expected to be a factor once again in the 41st District, where they have reigned supreme for the better part of at least 6 or 7 years now, and then also the 11th region, where they are the defending champions 2 times over. The Warhawks being introduced. It is again Smith, Williams, Skierman, Barrett, and Tierney for the Warhawks in the opener against Dunbar. Williams had 15 points. Smith had 19. Skierman had 11, so that was a big chunk of the offense that night. Tierney with 5, and Chapel Brown off the bench with 3.
And then forward, a 6-foot junior, wearing number 32.
Simon Kenton and Scott County are underway. We will get you updates on that as we are able. We're excited for this one, though, as the winner will get a leg up in the 41st District right off the bat. It's 3-2 Simon Kenton a couple of minutes in over at Scott County, where, of course, the boys tournament will tip off, as we said, around 7:30 tonight. Thank you for joining us here. You can catch all the action at NFHS and all the local games. We'll have the audio here on the News Graphic YouTube platform. Franklin County wins the tap. Meade kicks it out to Carter. They work it on the wing. That is a shot from Chambers in and out. Rebound comes down to Smith. Smith will dribble it up quickly over to Skierman on the right wing for a 3. That is short and rebounded by Ridrikoff. Up ahead, deflected, tipped by Skierman. Williams saves it dangerously to Skierman as Skierman got in there just in time before Chambers took it back. And the Warhawks will have it. 40 seconds in, we have no score. Smith patiently looking for Tierney. It is tipped, now bouncing around. Tierney goes to collect it in front of the Franklin County bench, and it's off her knee to the Flyers, who are dressed in the blue with the gold numerals going from right to left. On your radio dial, as it were, Warhawks in the home whites. Green and blue trim. There is a pass inside, attempted for Meade. It was tipped, recovered. Now a wild miss and a rebound for Williams. Dribbles at the length of the court, but it's intercepted on the bounce pass. And Carter, a good foul there by Skierman, as Carter would have been off on the break. Minute and 8 seconds into this one, no score between the Great Crossing Warhawks and the Franklin County Flyers. Game 1 of the 26th Toyota Classic. Nevaeh Carter, a lot of experience there, as we mentioned. Inside, good kick out for 3, and it is good. Wide open was Ridrikoff, and she's a freshman. They just keep digging them up here at Franklin County. They break through the pressure, but Barrett is intercepted by Laster. Laster up ahead to Carter off her fingertips, and it's another turnover for Franklin County. So that's the good news so far for GC with the cold start and a lot of turnovers in their own right, is that for the most part, Franklin County has matched them, the exception being the 3 by Cameron Ridrikoff. Rachel Smith, she reclassified to the class of 2023, so she'll be here another 2 years. She will fake the 3 and lob it inside to Barrett. That was a smart play by Smith, and Barrett got fouled by Meade inside and will go to the line. Don't want to jinx it, but of course I will. This Warhawk team has been pretty good from the free throw line in its short history. Barrett, one of the better ones. Of course, they graduated a really good one in that right in Braylon McMath, who's now at Christian Brothers University, a D2 school just over the state line in Tennessee. Barrett makes the first free throw, 3-1. Barrett hits the second as well, so the Warhawks on the board. Franklin County up with it quickly. Carter to Chambers in the corner to Ridrikoff. Wild pass stolen by Smith. Back the other way come the Warhawks. 2 minutes into this one. Hits it up ahead to Timmy Williams. Timmy Williams tries to fire the pass, and Carter again with the sticky fingers, bringing it up for the Flyers. So turnover after turnover here for the Warhawks, who have yet to hit a field goal. Good ball movement by Franklin County inside to Meade, who hits the hook shot, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. It's old school stuff right there. 5-2 Franklin County. Smith dribbles through trouble. Now Skierman with another 3. It's good this time, and she ties it at 5. 5:30 to play, first quarter. Smith with the assist there. All tied at 5. 5:21 remaining in the opening period. Carter lobs it into Laster. Laster in traffic, no good off the glass. Skierman had her hands on it, knocked out of those hands, but it will stay with great crossing on the dead ball. Scott County hanging in. 3 minutes to go, first quarter. They're down 6-4 to Simon Kenton, one of the tough teams from Northern Kentucky every year. That pretty much a perennial entrant. They've had some battles in this tournament over the years. Hoping this tournament will grow maybe with the new date to 8 teams on the girls' side in the future. We'll see Barrett with the rainbow that's no good and Carter with the rebound. She's everywhere. Nevaeh Carter end to end. She will run into a wall, though, but Tierney will get called for the foul. Didn't quite have position. Clock stops with 4:52 remaining here in the first quarter. We're all tied at 5. Franklin County and Great Crossing, 41st District girls battle, the opening night of the Toyota Classic. Carter, I'm going to call that as a shooting foul, so she will take 2. First one is off the back of the rim, no good. Carter averaging 11.3 points per game in the Flyers' first 3 contests, as you might expect from a veteran player, and she bounces back and hits the second one. 6-5 lead for Franklin County. It's early, 4:51. My broadcast partner, Mark Walls, heading over here momentarily. I can see him now. We've got a timeout on the floor with 4:48 remaining in the opening quarter. It's Franklin County 6, Great Crossing 5. So after the timeout, we are back at it. Both the home teams trailing early here. Scott County down against Kenton, and it's a 1-point deficit for the Warhawks here who have the ball. Williams inbounds to Smith. Mark Walls joining me. How you doing, Mark? We're going to have to turn up your mic. I think I got to get my director up here. There's a scramble on the floor. Barrett wins it to Tierney. No good, in and out. And a rebound comes down to Patience Laster. Back come the Flyers. It's Carter up top. They find Laster in the corner. Back to Carter again. Inside to Laster, the kick to Chambers. Chambers will drive toward the right baseline, send it back to Carter. And then Chambers gets it back in the right corner for a three that's short, and a rebound comes down to Tierney. A long outlet pass to Smith, who lays it in for the lead. Warhawks up 7-6. Three-point attempt from Ridrikoff is off the back of the rim, too strong. Williams comes down with it. She's got numbers on the run herself. Will take it right to the hole. Just a wild layup, though, partially blocked, and Carter will come away with it. Carter 2-on-1. It was fumbled momentarily, then blocked by Barrett, but Carter gets it back for the putback.
Yeah, and the problem with that force down there, Cal, was it gave Franklin County numbers going the other direction.
That's indeed what's happened, and that's what's been the story of this game is turnovers and ill-advised shots. Now, there's a takeaway. Somebody got the hand in there. It was Chambers, and a long outlet to Carter for an and one. Nevaeh Carter is all over the place for these Flyers. She's got 5 of the first 10 points. There's just been a force at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Great Crossings has got to get back on defense. That rotation is not moving back quick enough, and then you compound it with the foul on the layup. There was no chance to block it.
Dorothy Gorman checks in, a senior for Franklin County, and also Rachel Shropshire. She's a transfer from Frankfort High, and you sit down last her and you come back with Shropshire, who's 6'1". So there's no shortage of height on this team as Carter misses the free throw, but a second chance for Gorman, and she'll put it back.
Yeah, Coach Wilson's got to be upset about that. Blocking out on the free throw line is pretty simple. The person standing right next to you.
And that has been the bugaboo, one of them for this Warhawks team, is just grabbing those rebounds, especially against Franklin County and a team with that size. Smith with a second chance, 3 in and out. Rebound comes down to Shropshire. 12-7 Flyers all of a sudden as they've gone on a 6-0 run. 2:49 remaining first quarter. Here's Gorman on the right wing, weaves it over to Carter, to Ridrikoff. Carter and Ridrikoff playing pass. Carter will drive it through the paint and lays it up and in off the glass and off the front rim, and she'll get another chance at 3.
And I know Coach Wilson can't be happy with that, Cal, because the 2-3 zone is set up to protect the inside and not let them dribble to the rim. And she got all the way to the rim from the front of the offense out front. That just, you're not supposed to be able to do that against the 2-3 zone.
And Franklin County just attacking, finding seams in the half-court offense. Carter completes the three-point play. That'll give her 8.
Smooth stroke for a lefty.
And that's more than the Warhawks have as a team. It's 15-7. Williams inside to Barrett. She gets it back to Williams. She was doubled for a moment, now off her foot. Gorman's going to pick it up for probably an easy layup, a nice head fake to finish the fast break, and Coach Glenn Wilson is going to have to get a timeout.
Yeah, he did. Like I said, that momentum was just swinging too much, down 17-7. That's a quick spurt, because when I apologize for running late on you, Cal, but I had a problem I needed to take care of.
Been there, done that.
It was 7-7 when I walked in.
Yeah, well, we're going to blame you then.
Maybe I should have stayed in the parking lot.
I've felt that way when I've walked into games and had that happen before.
But yeah, it's a situation where Great Crossings, the mistakes kind of come in bunches. You know, you can handle the mistakes if they're, one every 2 or 3 minutes or something, and it doesn't happen out front. When it happens out front, that's just an easy transition. That makes it too easy. Franklin County's not having to work.
Similar story at the other game where Simon Kenton's up 12-5 on Scott County, final minute of the first quarter. So it's a tough girls' field, and right now the 2 visiting teams having their way early, but long night, long tournament, long way to go. Smith gets it to Williams. Williams attracts a crowd, finds Barrett in the middle, up and under, no good. They have just not been close on the glass right now. It's almost like those shots are being altered. There's that fear of that big size. Shropshire for straight on 3, kind of a line drive, almost got it to roll in. I thought it was going to, and then rebounded by Frazee, but off her fingers and out of bounds. Juliana Frazee has checked in. She's 6'1". I'm telling you, this Franklin County team, they've got 6-footers up and down the roster, 6'4", 6'1", 6'1", 6'1".
Coach Thacker's always had quickness, but he's got size this year.
Tierney gets fouled. Laster is probably the smallest big of the bunch, but she plays so much bigger than she is, and she's such a veteran and such a scoring presence in the middle that she's the one you really have to watch most of all. Not in the game right now. Tierney with 2 free throws, long on the first.
Yeah, if you're Great Crossings, these are what you got to hit because they're freebies. They can get you a little momentum. Once something goes in the basket, it looks bigger.
Sure does. But right now, things are cold Tierney does make the second. So 3 for 4 from the line of the Warhawks, 17-8. They needed that to break the run. Franklin County on fire right now. Ball is tipped. Smith took it away from Carter, and now Tierney on the run. Flyers get back, but Tierney lays it in. Nice work on the transition to cut it to 17-10.
And again, same theory. That turnover happened out front for Frankfort, so it was less, quicker run out for Scott County. Getting used to the school's great crossings.
Ridrikoff with a rainbow that goes long as an air ball, but recovered by Shropshire. They get it to Carter. Now Ridrikoff might get a second chance. She swings it inside, though, for an easy 2.
That's beautiful ball movement. That's what you want to do against the zone. You want to take it from side to side and make them move because it's a little slower coming back.
They got a layup for Frazee at the other end. Frazee hacks Barrett, and that'll send Reagan to the line. 19-10. Exactly a minute left in this opening quarter. The Flyers have asserted themselves. No mystery why they are the reigning multi-time district and region champions. Barrett back iron on the first free throw, and more substitutions for Franklin County. As we'll see Chambers and Laster check back into the game along with Lauren Meadows.
With that program Coach Thacker's got over there, he just reloads.
He does. One of the best, as we said. Barrett makes the second, so she's had all 3 of her points from the line this evening, 19-11 with a minute to play in the opening period. I think they counted that. They didn't put it on the board yet, but cross-court pass to Meadows. Franklin County swinging it around. Great ball movement by the Flyers. Frazee lost it for a moment, gets it back. Now finds an open Laster who will get fouled and go to the line.
Those bigs work really well with that high-low. Coach Joby Hall would be proud of that. Reminds you of the Twin Towers, Turpin and Bowie.
You've got to like when your bigs have soft hands and are alert and trust each other.
Yes, keyword trust. That they pass it back out, it'll come back to them. That's hard for a lot of players to learn.
Patience Laster misses the first free throw. That's been the one thing that's helped Great Crossing a little bit in this rivalry is Franklin County's been spotty from the line at times and had chances to put games away that they didn't. I say that, and Laster swishes the second for the 20th point of this opening period. It's a 9-point Franklin County lead. Kaylee Ray checking in, first time tonight for the Warhawks.
Javon Meade, big 44 for Franklin County, checked in too. Lord.
Chapel Brown's in the game. Layla Custard's in the game, so some wholesale substitutions. I don't think Glenn Wilson's very happy with what he's seen. Steal by Meadows, up ahead. Laster missed it. Carter flung her arms at the rebound. Smith came away with it, though. Rachel drives toward the basket, now kicks to Brown. Brown over to Ray, finds Custard in the right corner for a 3, in and out. Rebound comes down to Laster. Final 10 seconds of the opening period. Long pass up ahead to Chambers, easy layup. Carter with the assist, and this has been all Franklin County early.
Well, Great Crossing's just beating them up and down the floor.
Almost put that one in, but hit the back rim as the buzzer sounded. Your score, Franklin County 22, Great Crossing 11.
Yeah, Coach Wilson can't be too happy because they're just beating them up and down the floor. If you look, you've got 3 blue shirts to 2 white almost every time down the floor. So he's got to make an adjustment and find some help getting up and down from offense to defensive transition.
It's tough. This is a different assignment even than it's been in recent years because of the size that they bring. They've always had that size, but now it's really predominant throughout their lineup. They're just long, are the Flyers. They get their hands on passes and shots that you don't think they might.
Well, they're very well coached, as we've talked about Coach Thacker and what he's established at Franklin County, but they understand the game. I mean, when you watch the ball movement, it's impressive because they're making that zone move side to side, and they're also working the high to low. So they're going to kind of make you pay if you make a mistake and don't move in unison, and that's kind of what's hurting Great Crossings right now. They're not moving in unison on that zone, and it's opening up avenues for Franklin County to take advantage, and they're doing that up 22-11.
Coach Wilson back with his starting 5 of Smith, Williams, Tierney, Barrett, and Skierman. That's pretty much most of the starters in for Franklin County as well, other than, I believe, Meadows is still in the game instead of Ridrikoff. 22-11, Warhawk ball. Smith, again, the pass tipped as she tried to get it to Williams, and it went off of Timmy.
Yeah,
At least that was the call, and that's what matters. So
Yeah,
Franklin County takes the ball.
That's a little too close to call. As a player, you've got to go after that because, like I said, it wasn't dead certain that was going to go back to Great Crossings.
No, Timmy looked like she made the assumption she was going to get it. They tried to force the ball inside as Chambers looking for Meade, but it went off of a Great Crossing hand again. Ball will stay with blue. Cameron Ridrikoff checks back into the game. She's a freshman who got things started with a three-pointer tonight for the Flyers. Carter having trouble finding somebody now. She gets it to Chambers, guarded by Smith. Chambers stops, kicks it to Carter in the corner. You can certainly tell Nevaeh Carter is the heart and soul of this team. She's the smallest person on the court most of the time, but she's also the most experienced, she and Laster. As Laster gets the ball, or Chambers gets the ball into Meade, but Meade missed the layup, and now Williams quickly down with the rebound.
Yeah, Great Crossings got a break right there. That was point blank. And again, great ball movement by Franklin County. They just can't, they've got to move her off that post. They can't let her sit there at the block because Franklin County's doing a good job of finding her. So, like I said, you got to figure out some way to move her.
It's the difference right now is Franklin County is just moving the ball, all five players touching it on every possession, and Great Crossing is just having trouble connecting the dots. They're getting passes deflected at every turn. Now we've got to call the ball out of bounds. Williams fell to the floor and scraped her hand a little bit.
It either had to be the possession had to stay with Great Crossings or it was a foul for tripping. One of the two.
You got to call something there.
Yeah, you got to call something. That penetration on it looks like a 1-2-2. They haven't got the ball to the corner to see if it's truly a 1-2-2 or a 3-2 zone, but that penetration is going to be at the wings.
Tierney gets her pocket picked as Laster stuck a hand in there. It's tied up, and it will go to Franklin County as Dorothy Gorman got the held ball. So everything going the Flyers' way right now. Chapel Brown, freshman, will check back in the game. Williams will take a look at that. I don't know if she's got blood or something on that hand that she fell on. We hope it's nothing serious, as she is a key part of this Warhawk lineup. Ridrikoff to Carter as the Warhawks stop Ridrikoff on the baseline. Now she swings it in nicely to Meade, but Meade missed a layup. Laster, second chance, no good. Long on both. But now Skierman's in trouble after getting the rebound and throws it away, and it's an easy bunny.
Try to make that pass up the sideline on the other side, not necessarily going back under the basket, because that's usually what happens.
Patience Laster with an easy deuce, her first of the night, and the Warhawks promptly throw it away. This one's getting out of hand early. 24-11, lead is a baker's dozen for the Flyers. 6:29 remaining in the first half. Nevaeh Carter, 8 points in the first quarter, running the point for Franklin County. Gets it over to Ridrikoff. Now back to Carter. Carter fakes a three. Ridrikoff inside. Nice ball movement again. Man. Just a beautiful pass. Frazee had the ball for a nanosecond and dished it to Laster for another uncontested layup.
That's just textbook how you beat the zone. I mean, you get it to the middle. It looked like there was some confusion for the Warhawks if whether or not they were playing a 1-2-2 and a 3-2. The difference is if it's a 1-2-2, the baseline covers the corner. If it's a 3-2, the wing covers a corner. They had two people out there but didn't necessarily throw a trap, and it left the block wide open once it went to the high post, and Franklin County just made them pay for the mistake of not being on the same page communicating. It's something Great Crossing is going to have to figure out here real quick because, as you noted, Cal, 26-11, Franklin County is on the verge of getting to a point where it may not be able to come back.
No, you get down 15 or 20 against a team like this, and you might as well mail it in at that point.
Yeah, you basically can make it respectable, but they're not going to come back to you that much. And to your point, if you can keep it close, historically, Franklin County has not been great shooting free throws. So if you can just hang around, you get a chance in the fourth quarter because at that point, free throws become very important. But you spot them this kind of lead with this kind of size, they're just getting way too many opportunities at layups.
Simon Kenton, 17. Scott County, 11 with 3:34 remaining in the first half. So kind of a low-scoring affair over there. Williams drive and kick, and then through the wickets. Barrett couldn't get a hand on it. Another turnover for the Hawks.
Yeah, and they're just out of sync because you had someone at the short corner and you had someone in the corner, and that's not good spacing. So the Great Crossings is just out of sync. They just have to calm down and figure out how to get into rhythm.
It's a vicious cycle as they get the ball into Laster, misses the layup, but rebounded. How many offensive rebounds has Franklin County gotten tonight? Shropshire got that one. Been a vicious cycle as they're missing some layups under the tall trees at that end, and now they're getting to they don't want to take them. On a drive like that, Timmy usually takes it to the hoop. Instead, she dishes the ball there, and it's a turnover. And now she gets a hand on a pass to disrupt Franklin County, at least for the moment. Flyers will keep the ball.
Coach Wilson made an adjustment here and gone to a man-to-man, so we'll see if that pressure can, cause some trouble. The situation is here, you got to provide weak side help because if you're fronting the low post man-to-man, there's nothing on the backside. They're just going to throw over top of you.
The thing about this half is the Flyers are up 15, and they've missed at least a half dozen layups by my count. So it could be.
And that's since I've been here.
Yeah. They missed a few. They turned it over a ton of times before you got here. So Great Crossings had their chances, but they just have not been able to capitalize offensively. And the other thing about Franklin County's chances has been second and third ones. There's Ridrikoff for an open three, back rim no good. Ball is tipped around. It will go to the Warhawks as it was off of Laster. So 5:12 remaining here in the second quarter. Warhawks down 15 against the region champ, two-time defending Lady Flyers. Williams to Brown. Brown, the promising freshman. You're going to like her as the years go by. Tierney, long on the three. Rebound to Rudrikoff. Here comes Carter. Here come the Flyers. Carter uncontested, drive and dish. Almost lost by Frazee, but Carter got it back. Wide, and I mean wide open three for Shropshire, who just missed it. But there's another rebound for Frazee and a kick to Rudrikoff for a second chance three. And there comes the boom.
Yeah, you just can't give them that many opportunities because at some point they're going to hit it. But, that offensive rebound provided two easy looks at the three, and they scored on the second one.
Flyers pressure is a problem for the Warhawks. They get through it, but Barrett misses at close range, and here comes Carter again. Drive and kisses it off the glass. Carter
smooth.
In double digits with 10. The lead is 20.
And they're running a little 2-2-1 full court press right here.
Three-pointer for Chapel Brown. Rolls
Got
in.
the bounce.
And that might be what the doctor ordered for the Warhawks. Somebody had to hit something, and it was from Chapel Brown, the second three-pointer of the game for GC. But there's the drive and dish, just making it look too easy. Carter to Frazee for the lay-in.
Now there's
good
a nice
work with
pass.
the press breaker, and Barrett found Skierman at the end of it. So Ava with 5 points, 33-16.
Yeah, that was nice ball movement by Great Crossing. So maybe they'll settle down here, but they got to stop penetration.
And Nevaeh Carter gets it partially blocked by Barrett. Frazee fighting for the rebound. At top of the key, Patience Laster. You wouldn't think of that as her range, but she just drops the smooth 18-footer. Timeout. Coach Thack, I think, called this one.
Yeah, he wants a full timeout.
He saw something he didn't like. I can't imagine, but he's been doing this a lot longer and more successfully than I have. 35-16, Franklin County leads it.
Yeah, what he's basically trying to talk about is transition because he's given Great Crossings a couple easy looks on that fast break, throwing over top of the press, and he's reminding those front players on the press that they've got to hustle to get back because if you throw over the top of that 2-2-1, you got a fast break. Billy Hicks used to always preach against Lexington Catholic in that big rivalry to basically once you got to half court attack because they have the odds in the front court, you've got the odds in the back court. If you stop, they catch up with you. If you push it, then you got a chance to score, and that's what Great Crossings did. They threw over the top, and it was a 2-on-1. They score. So Coach Thacker can't be happy about that. But Great Crossings got to figure out how to get some stops, Cal. They
can't basket swap at this point. They're down too much.
But you can't let penetration get that far she's lost 3 assists because they haven't been able to handle the pass and make the layup here in the last 45 seconds.
It has been total domination at the rim, and every once in a while the Flyers will mix in a three. Ridrikoff has hit 2. Warhawks' shooting percentage has been rough, and the turnover total is mounting as well. Tierney with the ball up top. They will work it out to Williams for a three that's no good. Tierney chases down the rebound, finds Brown, and it's taken away. Chambers steals it. And Williams is going to get called for the foul as they collide on the floor. 6-team foul on the Warhawks. Only 3 have been called on Franklin County to this point. 3 minutes remaining, second quarter.
It's a little difficult on that 1-2 or 3-2 because they look the same out top. If you have a 2-guard front, you got an opportunity because you're at odd numbers. By matching up with 1-to-1, a little hard to get that penetration for Great Crossings.
Meadows cross court to Newton. Newton bounces it inside to Meade. Meade's going to get called for the offensive foul. She was leaning in.
Yeah, that was as good a defensive as we've had right there.
Kennedy Harrison, the 6-foot freshman, drew that one.
Yeah, held her position.
At this point, you've got to have a player like Harrison in the game just to counter that height. There's not a ton of it on this roster. Barrett checks in at 6 feet, and then you've got Harrison at 6. But not a lot by comparison relative to the Flyers. And that pass from Tierney to Williams was high overhead, out of bounds. Another turnover, 2:28 remaining in the half. Rachel Smith getting ready to check back in. Williams has been held scoreless in this half. She had 15 the other night at Dunbar. Smith had 19 in that 58-53 defeat. Cross court, drive, Chambers off the glass with the hook. She's got 4. Other than Carter, it's been balanced. A lot of Flyers with 4 and 6 points. Inside to Harrison. Harrison stops, kicks it to Williams. Williams thought about the 3, now drives. Skierman and Brown will play pass with it. Brown on the right baseline. Floater is high and off the glass, no good. Kennedy Harrison came down with the carom, and the foul will be called on the Flyers.
She's made her presence known here on both ends of the floor. She's got to go back up with that. She looked immediately to turn around and throw it back out. She's got to go up with that. If they block it, they block it. But
yeah, again, it's hard to have confidence in your offense among the tall trees, but you got to play the percentages there. Williams again off with the shot, back rim. Lasser got the rebound, ahead to Carter on the run again of the Flyers. Carter lays it in with ease. She has 12. It's a 23-point lead.
Yeah, and at that point, that really wasn't a good take on her without the numbers.
Here's Kennedy Harrison getting her own miss and getting fouled, so she'll go to the line. So that's what we wanted to see out of her.
Exactly right. Catch that ball right there at the mid post and turn around and take that jumper and show good instinct following her shot. She get a chance to make these 2 free throws. But
this is a tough one as Harrison makes the free throw. You want to feel like you have a chance to close the gap in this rivalry, and you think maybe when a player like Brooklyn Miles graduates, you think, okay, well, there's our shot to get our foot in the door. And so far, it looks like the Flyers are even tougher, even more committed to what they do than they ever have been.
Yeah, Miss Carter is making sure that there's no gap in the level of point guard play at Franklin County.
And Patience Laster, there's no gap in her play either, as she just continues to pile up the points for this team. She has 9 after that easy layup, 41-18. Smith, deep 3 is good. She's got 5 to match Skierman for the Warhawks, but they need a bunch more of those, down 20.
Yeah, they need stops down here on this other end, and can't let that ball get in the middle.
Jasmine Chambers drives, takes a big step, now kicks it out to Carter. And they'll reset with 48 seconds. Flyers don't need to be in a hurry here.
No, that's a smart move on her part. Just pull it back out and set it up and get what you want.
Inside, Laster. Off the glass, no good. Harrison, another rebound.
Harrison's played well. Like I said, that
has.
was a gift there because Lassiter usually don't miss that shot.
3-pointer deep for Smith again. He checked, no good. But Harrison there for the offensive board one more time. She threw it away. It will stay with Great Crossing, though, as Chambers couldn't save it. 24.9 seconds. Gorman checks in to replace Meadows. And Laster sits down as well. Final seconds of this first half, it's been all Franklin County. They lead 41-21. Rachel Smith dribbles toward the left baseline into the corner, loses Carter, then dishes to Harrison. Harrison with a soft touch, missed it. Spearman put it back, no good. Gets knocked down. Rebound Gorman, 7 seconds. Gorman dribbling end to end. Now she'll kick it to Ridrikoff. Time's running out. Carter will take a three at the buzzer. Back rim, no good.
Yeah, Ritterhoff wasn't quite aware of how much time. She had the better shot on the wing, but Carter knew what she had to do when she got it. She went up with it, but
that's a freshman versus a senior.
Yeah, understanding time and the situation. But man, Coach Wilson got work cut out for him down 20, 41-21 at half. It's going to be interesting to see what he tries to come up with to combat this size.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a big ask, as they say. 27-13 is the halftime score over at Scott County. Simon Kenton on top, so that one's not getting any closer either. Football score. So, what are your thoughts, Mark? We've got the Toyota Classic in the month of December. It's changed for a lot of us. It's a lot to get used to.
It is a lot to get used to. Not saying it's bad, not saying it's good.
Right, it just is.
It just is. The thing in January, I understand it, with the weather became so unpredictable and caused a lot of problems in the recent years. But it was nice at that time of year because it kind of set you up in prep for the district and the region when you had potentially a Thursday, Friday, Saturday game. So It taught you how to play back-to-back and get used to that pressure of a tournament feel. But, we'll see. Like I said, it's a decent crowd here tonight. That's the other thing, too, is, at this time of year with Christmas, you always run into other obligations. So let's hope that the community recognizes that difference and gets out here and supports both teams because, they're going to need it. Like I said, it's always been a tradition here that, the home teams, the county schools, usually like to play for that championship. So let's hope that's the case. Just going to be an awful uphill battle for the ladies here tonight. Sounds like the same thing over at the other gym.
It's a different world in so many ways now. Of course, you've got two schools, so the crowd is split in that regard. And then you've got the NFHS network as an option. You can watch these games at home if you want. So there are different ways to consume the product, or you can be listening to us on a lot of the broadcasts. So it's a different place and time, but moving into the new era, and it looks like, as you said, weather might be one advantage. Another advantage might be to expand this girls tournament to have some form of equity and have it be an 8-team, open bracket instead of a round robin. That could be in the works as well. So
wouldn't be a bad thought. Your point about different times. We talked about this the other night when we did the broadcast for the boys against South Oldham. It is just so nice to see people in the gym. That they're playing in front of a crowd that's not just limited to family, and it makes it a little bit more normal. So, like I said, let's hope Great Crossings. And here's the thing: there's no 20-point play. Great Crossings has got to understand they're going to have to inch back in this thing, and they're going to have to come and get it. And it's going to be at the the defensive end. They're not going to catch up scoring points. They've got to catch up by stopping Franklin County, forcing turnovers, those type of things. Because if they come out here and think they're going to make up a 20-point difference on the offensive end of the floor, that's not how you're going to get back in the game with this kind of deficit.
It's going to be an uphill climb, to say the least. And we said it's not going to get any easier. The good news for Great Crossing and Scott County, they'll get to play each other tomorrow night. I'll be at Scott County for that one, along with Coach Scott Willard. We'll have a 6 o'clock tap for that. And then Great Crossing will have to play Simon Kenton on Saturday, and Franklin County will get Scott County. That's a tough test for the Cards as well.
Yeah,
Cardinals dropped their second of the season against Frederick Douglass in a district battle royal the other night, 59-57. That was a long, arduous process of a game that the Cards did have a chance to win at the end. It just didn't go their way.
difficult. Still getting a little difficult to get used to district games this early in the season.
Well, I think I saw last night Henry Clay boys are 3-0 in the district. They've already played 3 district games in the first, 10 days of the season. They've beaten Douglas Station, and maybe they beat one of those teams twice. I can't even remember, but it's crazy how many games they're playing. Other schools are playing early. So
yeah, it's it does give you a leg up if you've got experience. If you've got experience playing those district games that early, that's a big advantage, especially when you seed the district. But if you've got a young team, that's a big ask this early in the season. You'd like to get a little game time experience under their belts.
Speaking of those Lexington teams, we've got 3 of them in the boys tournament this year. Frederick Douglass, of course, the defending champion from January 2020. Lafayette will be here. They're a perennial. And then, of course, first time we've seen them in a while, at least, LCA, as Lexington Catholic will be the opponent for Great Crossing here tomorrow night at 7:30 in the opening round. Lafayette will play Scott County. And then, of course, from around the state, 2 of the other teams are playing one another tonight over at SC as South Laurel will take on West Jessamine. Covington Holy Cross, I believe they get Frederick Douglass in the first round. So it's an all Kentucky field, but it's a good field. And of course, as we were saying, I think the hope for some of us, if not all of us, even if we don't say it out loud too often, is that the 2 local teams will be in the final on Saturday night.
You want to see the 2 local teams playing in the finals, if at all possible.
5:30 will be the time. It will be here at Great Crossing this year. That's a source of chagrin for some, but it's the new era. It's a shared tournament. It's the district's tournament, and that's where we're at from here on out. So it's good. It's got the same buzz, I think, as we get closer to the weekend.
Yeah, and like I said, it just makes for a bigger crowd and a bigger gate. So the purpose of this has always been to raise funds for the athletics at both schools now. So you just like it to be successful.
Yeah,
and it just works better if the 2 home teams get to the finals. But
that'll certainly help pad the stats as far as the attendance is concerned. So we are hopeful.
But like you said, it's going to be Lafayette traditionally Mike Mendenhall does a great job over there, and like I said, they generally start rounding out in form late December, early January. So he's going to come over here ready to play, and of course Frederick Douglass is Frederick Douglass. I mean,
they've gotten off to a tough start. They've lost to Bryan Station and Henry Clay in the district, but I think they're going to be better than that. They've been in the top 25 in all the preseason stuff I've seen. So.
Yeah, I'm not for sure. You got to give them a couple more weeks because you got football players coming out. So you've got some dual athletes up there playing multiple sports. So I don't know that you really know what they're going to be till late, probably about mid-January.
Yeah, the truth is, this is Kentucky basketball. We don't know what anybody's going to be until February, March. I mean, look at Scott County a couple of years ago when they won their unprecedented 11th region championship. They started, 8-12, 8-13, I think.
Yeah.
And then ended up going on a run, 15-15 in the regular season.
That's the beauty of it. It's 0-0 start March 1st. All this is preliminary to when you start district tournaments. So
a very long preseason is what it is, 30 games worth, and it's a lot of fun. We're glad for it, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean a whole lot till you get to districts and regions. So.
You just want to keep improving game by game, and that's the other thing Coach Wilson's wanting to see. He's wanting his kids to come out and fight in this second half. He doesn't want to see them lay down, and he wants to see improvement. And the one thing he'll be able to do, we're all hoping he can get back in it, but the one thing he's going to be able to do is practice live game situations because he cannot duplicate this size. He cannot duplicate the talent that's on Franklin County. So he can work on some things. He can work on some different lineups. He can look at what some different people can do in situations. And, so they got to come out with the right frame of mind. Just, if you're that coach in that situation, you just don't want to see them give up. You want them to come out and fight.
It was a rough shooting half for the Lady Warhawks. 6 for 22, 27.3%. They turned it over 14 times to complicate matters. Only 5 turnovers for Franklin County. Rebounds were even. It didn't feel that way, but 17-17. 3-pointers. Franklin County was only 2 for 10. Great Crossing 3 for 8. But you look at the twos, that's where things change. A little old school number. 16 for 26 for the Flyers. 3 for 14 for the Warhawks.
Yeah, it's just, there's an old saying, Cal, layups and free throws still win basketball games.
They still do. I mean, especially if you're taking a lot of threes, and the analytics work if you're making threes, but if you're missing threes and the other team is getting twos in transition, they add up in a hurry.
And your key thing there you mentioned was transition, because that's where Great Crossings has gotten burns on those long rebounds on the three starts a fast break. It's almost in some cases better than the outlet pass. So, like I said, Great Crossings has got to work on their transition, from offense back to defense, because there were numerous times it was 3 blue jerseys to 2 white, and that makes it difficult to stop them every time when you give them that much of an advantage.
5 points apiece for Rachel Smith and Ava Skierman. 3 each for Reagan Barrett, Olivia Tierney, and Chapel Brown. 2 points from Kennedy Harrison. Want to give a call to Kennedy. She also had a team high 4 rebounds in only 3 minutes and 23 seconds of action. Nevaeh Carter, we mentioned her, 12 points. She had 2 steals. The 9 points for Laster, 4 for 9 shooting. She was hit or miss underneath, but she was certainly a factor. 3 steals and 3 rebounds as well. And then you go down the list. Ridrikoff hit 2 threes for 6 points. Chambers, 4 points. Gorman, 4 points. Frazee, 4 points. Mead, 2 points. It adds up to 41 and a 20-point lead for the Lady Flyers of Franklin County High School.
Cal, these first 3 minutes are the most important as far as Great Crossings is concerned, but it also for Franklin County, because trust me, Coach Thacker would like to put this game away in the first 3 minutes. And the deal for Great Crossings is to come out here and show it's going to be a competitive half, and they need to make that statement within that first 3 minutes, because like I said, Franklin County does a couple things here with this kind of win against a district foe. You're kind of setting that mental image that you have a bigger hill to climb come March, and so you want to make sure they remember this, and you do that by thumping them.
Yeah,
and,
you don't want to let them back in the game.
No.
Well, that's what happened. There was a game 2 years ago over at Franklin County where I believe it got up to 34 in the third quarter, and Franklin County couldn't get the running clock. They had a couple of chances and missed, and Great Crossing actually cut that lead to like 9 at the end of the game. And that's exactly what Coach Thacker wants to guard against, because you give them any confidence. That's a team over here.
That's exactly right.
In the white and green that has a lot of experience in that starting lineup. Now they're missing. It's clear to me from the first couple of games they're kind of missing that glue, that Bradley McMath type character that held them together, but they'll find it.
Oh yeah, they'll find, and that's what Coach Thacker wants to make difficult, because he knows they're going to just get better. But like I said, he can send a pretty stern message, here in the first 3 minutes of this half, and he's going to expect his team to come out and put the final nails in the coffin, so to speak.
They are up 20, are the Flyers. Looks like it'll be Warhawk ball to start this half. Going from right to left on your dial, although nobody's headed over there to inbound the ball. Now Olivia Tierney will take off and perform the honors. Second half is underway. First night of the 26th Toyota Classic. We'll be here with you through the weekend. Ava Skierman with the ball.
Little man-to-man by Franklin County coming
Take
out.
it to the hoop. A little floater off balance is no good. Barrett charged after the rebound. It went off of her hands as she had to fight through Javen Mead to go after it. It'll be Franklin County ball. Ridrikoff had it in the corner from Carter, passed up a 3, now gets it to Chambers, inside to Mead, spins, misses the layup, gets her own rebound, kicks it to Carter for a 3, left-handed, no good, rebound, Skierman. Ava up quickly. Warhawks need to work quickly. They need points. There's another deep 3 from Rachel Smith, way off the mark. Rebound to Laster. Carter up ahead to Chambers. That's going to be an easy 2.
Yeah, way too easy. Didn't get back.
Yeah, so I mean, sometimes it feels like defense and offense are connected so many times. You miss on offense, you don't get back, especially when you miss a wild 3.
Yeah, rebound's just too long. The kick is too long.
There's another miss and another rebound for Carter. Tierney took the shot.
A little bit better numbers there as Great Crossings got back. I like the fact that Great Crossings is playing man-to-man, because got to learn how to play it, because if you can't play man-to-man, it makes it difficult to play the zone because you're actually guarding a person in your area. So it's no different, but you're able to maybe force some turnovers man-to-man that you can't always do in the zone.
Meade was guarded at the foul line by Skierman. She found a way to get it to Carter, who's defended by Williams.
Man.
Now, Laster foul line extended, just knocks it down wide open. She's done that a couple of times tonight, 45-21. She's got range for a big, and there is a block. Tierney wanted a foul, didn't get it. Laster had the rebound up ahead to Chambers, partially blocked by Smith, rebounded by Williams. Up quickly, GC. Williams coast to coast. She's going to get fouled on the floor by Laster.
A little bit of a break there. Didn't have numbers. It was
No.
1-on-4, so I'm not going to say it wasn't going to work for her, but like I said, good that the foul was called.
Odds were not in her favor. Smith looking to lob it in. Now she'll get it over the top. Tierney will have to chase after it. No harm, no foul. It can go into the backcourt there, and it'll be underplay. Smith with an open three. They're going to concede that right now, or the Flyers, and she missed it. Chambers rebound. Carter takes it into the key. Now kicks to Ridrikoff. Chambers off balance. She's fouled on the floor by Rachel Smith.
It's just still too easy to let someone catch the ball at the foul line. Once they face up, they've got the whole floor to work with. That's just that's a tough defensive assignment if you let them catch the ball right there.
Ridrikoff inbounds to a wide open Carter. They play pass until Ridrikoff gets it back in the corner, misses long on the three. Rebound Skierman. Ava up quickly, stops and pops. Short off the front rim. Rebound, tough rebound by Barrett. They find Smith, another miss, and a rebound for Carter.
And there's
Warhawks
the
just can't buy one, and there's Laster wide open on the run out.
That top offensive player has got to rotate back, and they're just not getting that done tonight for the Warhawks.
Nothing but runouts in this half, and the Flyers are threatening to take this one to that running clock. They're up 26 with 5:02 to play in the third quarter.
It must be a big game or Toyota Classic because Mark Whittemore's in the house doing the official book.
There you go.
He usually comes out of retirement for the Toyota Classic, so good to see him down there on the table.
Once a year, we got to see these people. 37-20. Nope, make it 39-22 as my video buffering. Simon Kenton over Scott County. 2:35 left, third quarter. This keeps up, we're going to have to invite some different girls teams to the fray next year.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, you can't say that it's not a challenge for the local home teams in the girls' side because it's a tough round robin field year in and year out.
All those years, Scott County had a monster team. They would invite Clark County, Franklin County, Ryle,
Clay
Simon
County,
Kenton,
Clay County.
Yeah, exactly. You name it. And it's always been the tradition. But now you got one program split into two, and I need to evaluate that, although you want to challenge yourself. So there's a two-sided coin there. Barrett fouled, and she'll go to the line.
That's a nice ball movement there. They're running their set. That was nice. They got the layup, got the foul. So what you'd like to see, and I don't know if Coach Wilson will do this, but if she can make the free throws, it gives you the opportunity to set up some full-court press. But
Barrett makes it. She's 4 for 5 from the line. No field goals on the night. Of course, the Warhawks only have 6. And that was their first point of the half. Make it 2.
Nice stroke.
47-23. Reagan's a good free throw shooter, and by and large, this whole team has been solid in that department. They just haven't had many opportunities tonight. They're so far behind at this point, you're not going to catch up that way. Of course, the good thing is when you fouled, you stop the clock. They get one here, but it's on Williams. That's her second. Franklin County ball underneath the Flyers basket. Ridrikoff finds Carter. Carter the drive, the kick. They work it inside to Meade, who falls down, gets hooked up with Barrett.
A little bit of a takedown.
A little bit. I'm going to call it on Barrett. And she did not have the position. That's her first, team's third of the half. 4:29 remaining, third quarter. Chambers fakes the three, ball fake, now drives the baseline. Can't get the lay in the fall, but rebounded by Shropshire. And the reset to Ridrikoff for three. Trying to make her third of the night, but she missed it. Meade had the rebound initially, and then Barrett came away with it as she lost the handle. Williams through traffic. Hasn't scored yet, but she'll get a chance to go to the line and do so.
Yeah, Meade on that offensive rebound made the mistake most bigs do. They try to put that ball on the floor. If she'd have turned around and gone back up, she'd have had a better chance. And, of course, Williams, like I said, I understand wanting to be aggressive, but she kind of got bailed out by the foul. It was 1-on-3.
It's definitely her game. You can't always change what you are. I haven't seen her take as many threes, but the Flyers have definitely been focused on her. She hasn't had a lot of open looks. They've been leaving Smith open quite a bit, which isn't always a wise move, but so far tonight they haven't been burned by it. Williams makes the first to get on the board. It's 47-24. Rolls in the second as well.
That'll get her going.
He just needs to get some confidence here. Drive toward the baseline, and Ridrikoff flings it to Meade, who spins around and tries to get out of traffic. She'll get bailed out by the foul.
Pretty sure Coach Thacker called that one. Well, he was correct. He was correct, but I'm not for sure
he
that
calls a few down there.
He was correct. I'll give him that. He was correct. It was a foul, but I'm not sure that was going to get called if he hadn't whispered. I'll call it a whisper.
I always enjoy the coaches that are officials in other sports, and Coach Thack is one of those. I see him on the softball diamond in the spring, and I always enjoy the thought of how they have to change their personality entirely. Miss at each end, and the Flyers just continue to dominate the glass as Laster pulls down another one.
At one time, he was an offensive coordinator in football.
I believe he's at one of the Lexington schools. I can't remember. I think it's Dunbar right now. And they've definitely had some success over there in recent years under Wes Johnson. So,
multi-talented guy.
He is. It's all about the kids. And Carter will go back to the line. The clock not moving a lot in this quarter. That's the only good news for the Warhawks, I guess. They're down 22. Got to make some shots, though. Just haven't been able to. They've got 6 field goals in the game, none in this half. Nevaeh Carter just keeps knocking down the points for the Flyers. That gives her 13 to match Laster for the team high.
Yeah, she's a smooth player. She understands the game well, has got a good touch. She forced it right there, which she hasn't really done much tonight. She was 1-on-3. You kind of bail them out by giving a foul going 1-on-3. But like I said, she got the call.
She makes the second. The 2 veterans on this team, Laster and Carter, have combined for 27. That's 2 more than the Warhawks have. Steal by Shropshire. Gets it ahead to Carter. Carter's going to get called for the offensive foul as Timmy got her feet planted underneath the stanchion.
That was a good job by Williams because, again, she fell down. A lot of times you don't get that call because you try to stay up and, go ahead and hit the floor. You're going to get the call 9 times out of 10 from the official doing that.
There's a steal and transition again for the Flyers. An easy lay-in for Dorothy Gorman.
Just way too easy. And there's a turnover committed to stepping over the line.
So it's back to a 26-point lead, and the Warhawks promptly give it away.
This is what just kind of drives coaches crazy. But it usually snowballs like this, and maybe they'll get it out of their system. Maybe
Yeah, it's opening night, and they'll have 2 more chances. That's the beauty of this tournament. Carter inside the Laster. Laster, power up and in.
Just cannot let her catch it in that position. You've got to move her off that block, and Great Crossing's just not having much luck doing that tonight.
Patience is a good name for a person in this Flyer offense because they do have a knack for taking their time to find the open person. Quite often it is Patience Laster. There was a wild miss, but Chapel Brown chased down the rebound. Warhawks trail by 28. Skierman will try to get some of it back with a 3 and does.
Nice shot by Ava.
She's got 8. 53-28, 2:20 to play, third quarter. Franklin County on top. Laster handling the ball outside. She can shoot from outside, but handling it out there is probably not her forte, and Thacker will bail her out with a timeout.
30-second timeout, Franklin County.
Flyers by 25 with 2:10 to play, third quarter.
Great Crossing's got to figure out, Cal, how to just put a couple of positive plays back to back. And they just haven't been able to do it. That last three by Skierman was good. Now the question is, can they get a stop and come back down and score? And they just haven't been able to do that tonight.
Lady Cards trail by 24 with 8 minutes to play, 46 to 22. So that one is not looking golden for the Lady Cards, as they will fall to 0-3 more than likely.
Not a good night for basketball for the ladies in Scott County.
No. Good news is one of them will win tomorrow night, as they will take on one another at Scott County High School, 6 o'clock. I'll be on the air with Scott Willard for that one. Friday is TBA, depending on how Thursday goes. And then Saturday, the final. Laster will get a second chance here and draw the foul. Ava Skierman kind of shrugging her shoulders. They're going to call it on her. She's not sure what more she could have done. That's her fourth.
Yeah, that's a tough call. And, they actually had her fronted and had weak side help on the back, and they were still able to get the ball to her on the block.
Laster rolls in the free throw.
And the other thing you have to look at there is you got to look at ball pressure on the pass, because if you've got enough ball pressure, they can't make that pass against that double team. But if you don't pressure it, then, it's kind of easy to sit there and time yourself to make that pass. So, again, it's that communication of everybody working together, everybody on the same page, and that's what it looks like Great Crossings just hasn't been able to put together tonight.
Laster made both Kennedy Harrison, Michaela Varney, Chapel Brown all in the game, so it's a young lineup right now. Brown banks in a three. Chapel has 6 points, all on three-pointers. Lead is 24 for Franklin County, and Carter will snap right back for the and one. She did that a lot in the first half. Anytime something didn't go Franklin County's way, she would reassert herself. And there it is again.
That's just tough right there.
She is tough. I would say that's a word that describes Ms. Carter.
Wasn't bad defense. You're fouling her to get it up, and it still goes in.
Tough with the basketball, and she's a hard-nosed player, not afraid to get to the hoop and draw the contact. And great body control.
And the great thing you love about the point guard is they can make free throws.
17 points for Nevaeh Carter. 27-point lead for the Flyers. Here's Rachel Smith dishing to Brown.
Franklin County's in a man-to-man, so
Brown stops and pops for three. Nope, she's on the line. It's going to be a two. But she has the team-high 8 to match Skierman.
But that's 2 consecutive possessions where they've scored, so that's a first tonight.
And it's come from the freshman Chapel Brown. Yeah, you're right. I can't remember any other situation where they had consecutive trips where they scored, maybe early, when they briefly had a lead of 7-6. There's a steal by Harrison.
That's a nice play by Varney.
Yeah, Varney was the one that dislodged it originally, and Harrison got her hands on it. Smith, wild shot, rebounded by Frazee.
Got a break there.
Carter missed that one. Brown coming back the other way. 45 seconds in the quarter.
They got numbers if they'll.
Layla Custard with the floater from Brown, and Custard gets on the board. Good little run from a youngish lineup for the Warhawks. 23-point margin right now. Final 30 seconds of the third period.
That's a tough thing that you don't see a lot in high school basketball, whether it's boys or girls, Cal. Brown hit 2 in a row, but she doesn't touch it the third trip down.
Right.
And it's the understanding of if somebody's hit 2 in a row, give it back to them and see if they can hit 3 in a row.
Drive and dish.
Just too easy.
And Laster lays it in from guess who? Carter. Laster has 10 points in this quarter, 19 on the night. 60-35, 0.3 of a second turnover.
I got a little bit of a break there on the clock.
As the Warhawks gave it back, and probably not time to do anything more than tip it in. Frazee will catch it. They're going to wave it off. There wasn't time to get that done. So at the end of 3 quarters, Franklin County 60, Great Crossing 35 here on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network. Tonight's player of the game will be presented on the court after this one. We will be presented by Chick-fil-A, tonight's presenting sponsor. Home of the original chicken sandwich. I'd also like to thank some of our other sponsors who support this broadcast and Scott County and Great Crossing Athletics throughout the year. Domino's Pizza, Kroger Hometown Pickup, Greens Toyota of Lexington, Clark's Pump and Shop, Georgetown Community Hospital, Galvin's on Main, TMMK, Scott County Veterinary Clinic, VGO, of course, providing the training services, athletic training services to both schools, Bluegrass Orthopedics, thanks to them. Burger King, Steve Skierman, Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, West Banco, Ozer Paint and Flooring, DMK CPA, Time to Shine Car Wash, Jersey Mike's Sword Performance. Jersey Mike's, I believe, just opened this week, so we got to get over there.
That doesn't sound too bad.
No, it doesn't. Maybe there'll be some of that on the buffet, the hospitality room buffet, which I'm headed to Scott County after this one, probably to partake of some of that before checking out the West Jessamine South Laurel boys matchup. First game of the boys tournament tonight as the nightcap. This will be the only game in this arena tonight, as far as I know. There's a three from Ridrikoff. She's hit three tonight. She's got 9 all on threes and a 28-point lead. Skierman will try to get it back. Front rim, no good. Rebounded by Gorman.
Again,
and an easy layup.
If Williams falls right there, I think she draws another charge.
Frazee picked that one up. Now it's inside to Barrett.
Nice pass.
And Barrett will get fouled and go to the line. 30-point margin. 35 is the running clock threshold, if you're wondering. Barrett has been good from the line. She's 6 for 7. No Warhawk in double figures yet. Chapel Brown and Ava Skierman each with 8 to lead Great Crossing. Barrett makes both. 7 points off the charity stripe. 28-point deficit for her Warhawks. Gorman, the drive and kick. 17-foot jumper, a soft touch from Gracie Thacker.
Comes off the bench shooting. Nice form.
Kaylee Ray for 3, in and out. Rebound comes down to Franklin County's Ridrikoff. Chambers, the drive, misses the lay-in. Rebound to Barrett. Ray up ahead to Timmy Williams.
Nice
outlet. Gets hacked and will go to the line. Gorman on the foul. Good pass there, as you said. 6:42 to play.
And those kind of plays are things you can kind of build on. I don't know if you can build on them by Saturday. They're going to have a quick turnaround, but again, those are some positives you can take out of it here in the second half. If you can string a couple of those together, like I said, they've looked better here in the last 6 minutes as far as being able to put some back-to-back scores together.
Williams makes both and gives her 4 points. She also without a field goal tonight. Inside, blocked by Barrett, rebounded by Ray. Up
Nice
ahead,
look.
Barrett, nice pass from
look.
Skierman.
That was a nice look.
Barrett's got 9 on the night. Cuts it to 26.
They get a trap, they got the block. I thought they were going to be able to trap right there, and they might have had Franklin County in a position where close to that dead man's corner where you had out of bounds and over and back, but they get the block call. And now Franklin County gets to shoot free throws.
Clock stops with 6:12 to play.
And as we talked about previously, historically, this is where Franklin County has let teams back in. But like I said, we spotted them too big a lead tonight.
Chambers makes the first.
Look good on second as well.
Indeed. So Jasmine Chambers with 8 points.
Nice pass.
Kaylee Ray rolls it in. Got some help from the front of the rim. Gets on the board.
You got to figure out how to put some pressure on the ball here.
Carter. Nice pass to Chambers on the drive to finish, or Gorman rather.
If you're Coach Thacker, you got to be happy because your kids have put the nails in the coffin.
Dorothy Gorman has 8. Ray will take a 3 and get the same friendly rim, so she's scored on consecutive possessions. 71-46. Ball passed out of bounds. Thacker couldn't handle it from Carter. Laster and Meade will check back into the game. So Franklin County's big guns still in it.
Yeah. Coach Thacker, obviously he's not looking at the scoreboard.
Not calling them off yet. He's seen this movie before. As
Yeah.
Carter got a hand on that, and Laster completed the steal. Laster will get it to Carter. Carter surveying the scene, passes up on the 3. Her team leads by 25 with 5 minutes left. She's guarded by Timmy Williams.
Got the 5 count, which is good. There's the high-low.
Great ball movement from Meade to Laster.
If you want to learn how to operate the high-low, just watch this game film because Franklin County's putting on a textbook.
There's a 3 from Tierney that's long, and the rebound comes down to Chambers. Chambers was thinking about getting it up ahead to Gorman, but Skierman took it away, and now Skierman gets pushed. That should be 1-1, and Ava will get a shot at the line, or at least with 4:32 to play. Bonus situation.
Skierman at the line, shooting 1-1.
3 minutes to play in the other game, 62-30, Simon Kenton over Scott County. So Skierman misses the free throw here, rebounded by Laster, outlet to Carter. Carter stops. Dribble away some time. We'll find Laster. She'll play pass with Carter.
Yep, just come back and get it.
Laster, foul line extended. Man, she is just money
that's
from out
automatic,
there.
man. It is automatic. That's understanding where your range is and being confident.
Game for Franklin County, number 11, Riddickhoff.
That shot's blocked.
Blocked and rebounded by Skierman to keep it alive for Great Crossing.
It's going to be a foul on Rittenhouse, I believe. So that'll put Skierman back at the line for 1-1.
Fouls on number 11, Riddickhoff for the third.
Ritterkoff called for the foul. It's a 29-point Franklin County lead with 3:53 to play in a long fourth quarter. Skierman makes the first. She has 9. Barrett has 9. Brown has 8. So Warhawks at least getting their offense in gear a little bit here in the second half. Skierman makes them both to get into double digits. It's a 27-point deficit. Williams gambles on the steal. Carter will make her pay. Drive and dish to Laster.
Stays with it, though.
Had it blocked, recovered, made the layup. Patience Laster, 25 points.
Yeah, that's what we say. Shoot it, and if they block it, that's fine. Go get it and shoot it again.
Skierman, a little fall away from the baseline is no good. Kaylee Ray chases down the rebound, misses the second chance. And away with it comes Chambers.
They all know who to get it back to at some point. They'll dribble
Nevaeh
to
Carter.
Yeah.
She is the quarterback of this team. She dishes to Meade for an and one.
And that's been the problem right there, is Carter's ability to get in the lane and create the 2-on-1. You either give her a layup or you give her an assist, because they've made Great Crossings pay every time she's been able to get into the lane off penetration.
Flyers a free throw away from frying up an 80 burger here. 79-48. And wholesale substitutions coming for the Lady Warhawks. As Coach Wilson will play everybody tonight. Meade makes the freebie 80-48.
Carter going to take a seat here.
Probably the end of the night for Nevaeh Carter, and well deserved. She will rest up for the next round. She has 17. Franklin County will play Simon Kenton in its second game, and then Scott County on Saturday. Chapel Brown had to get rid of it before she traveled and threw it away. Three-pointer would send this to a running clock, and Rudrikoff in and out with it.
But Franklin County gets the rebound.
Tied up as Varney gets in there, and the possession arrow will go to Great Crossing. 2:53 to go.
Yeah, and Coach Thacker's pulled out the last of his starters, so he's pretty much going to see what give his bench some time to play and get some experience.
Chapel Brown forces it inside to Harrison. Now Harrison kicks it out. Custard on the drive. Will up and under layup that's nowhere near going down, and back the other way, Franklin County. Your final at Scott County, Simon Kenton wins 71-30. That one hurts. And it's been a tough start for Scott County. They are 0-3. That one's no good, but a tough rebound for Jaden Oldham.
And there's going to be a foul. I believe it's on Harrison.
Kendi Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just come at you in waves of big, strong players.
And Shropshire's at the line for two. Yeah, they just reloading. Shropshire hits the first one.
She is a transfer from neighboring Frankfort High.
That hurts as well. If you're Frankfort.
Yeah, it makes the gap between your two programs
bigger,
even wider. She missed the second, but Franklin County got it back and got it to Shropshire. Now she finds Newton.
Now she's going to fire
Shropshire from three, no good. Rebound is good by Frazee. There's the running clock, 35, and the final 156 will run without a stoppage. So, boy, if you're Great Crossing, you wanted to at least make the statement that you'd close the gap some in this series, and what we saw tonight was anything but. I don't think the refs have signaled the running clock because it's stopped. And it ain't supposed to.
I think that's what Mr. Coldiron's explaining. As
inbound to Varney. No good. Rebound Harrison.
She's got to go back up with that, Cal. Got to learn to go back up with that.
Chapel Brown. There's another three. There's going to be a foul, and that will send Great Crossing to the line. Callie Thompson. Thompson took the three-point attempt, and I believe she'll be given 3 free throws. They'll run the clock until she sets at the line.
Yeah, Shropshire got the foul. Coach Thacker's not going to be happy about that. You don't foul a three-point shooter.
This is the first. We won't waste much time getting off the air tonight. We'll let you know that the Chick-fil-A player of the game is Patience Laster for Franklin County, 25 points. We don't normally give the award to the opposing team, but I guess it's actually 25 points.
It's pretty
hard. It's hard to do anything but in this situation. It was between her and Carter, and we'll give it to Laster with the second half flurry here.
Yeah, it's just really she's just played outstanding tonight. Matter of fact, frankly, Carter has as well.
She just passes the ball well. She's passed up plenty of shots as Thompson makes 2 out of 3. We want to remind you that here on the Bird's Nest Broadcast Network tomorrow night, 6 p.m., Great Crossing against Scott County girls. That'll be over at Scott County. Be in the house for that one if you can, but certainly catch us here if you can't. I'll be on the air with Coach Scott Willard at about 5:50 for the pregame. Friday is TBA. Saturday, the finals are at 5:30. Follow social media, mine and the news graphics for further updates on what's being played and when. There's a shot, air ball out of bounds. Goes to Great Crossing. Final 30 seconds of this one. Great Crossing trailing 83-50. Lots of youngins in the game at this point. Chapel Brown being one of them. She brings the ball up. She will take it to the foul line. Stop and pop from the elbow. No good. Rebound comes down to Franklin County. That should do it. Final 10 seconds of this one.
See, Coach Thacker
Coach
pulls it
Thacker
out.
saying, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot.
And that's a good call.
Class act, classy program, and a program that is going to be tough to beat in the 11th region this year. Your final, Franklin County moves to 4-0 with an 83-50 win over Great Crossing here at the 26th Toyota Classic. Any final thoughts, Mark? You got here just in time to see Franklin County turn on the Jets.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I'm like you. I've watched this for several years, before the school split, and you're hoping that it would even out a little bit, but it looks like that gap is still as big as it has been. And that's a credit to Coach Thacker and what he's done. But again, Great Crossings have got to try to pull the positives out of this. It's obvious some things that they need to work on, but don't know if they can correct all those things by Saturday. But it's December, Cal, so it's a long way from March, and you got plenty of time to correct and work on those things.
You got 3 months until it really matters. For Mark Walls, for Brett Smith, for James Scoggin, for Mike Scoggin, for DT Wells, I'm Cal Lokes saying good night, God bless. Keep joining us this week for more of the 26th Toyota Classic, and certainly watch the other games. When you don't hear us on the mic, you can catch them on the NFHS network. Until next time, it's been a business doing pleasure with you. We got to say bye for now.